I'm gonna give this a shot and see if it doesn't work the first time. Um, the heat is lessened here. There's 6 weeks where it's the hottest, around 86, uh, average high temperature, 85, 86. And it's gonna start going down now. And why I wanna do this is there's talk of these tracking apps, and people are supposed to take the COVID inoculations, and they're already talking of 2 or 3, but then they say you're supposed to take a series of them, or you won't be able to travel or do this or that. Um, it's disconcerting, the whole situation. I encourage people to do their research on vaccines, on MMR, and the autism situations. Uh, as I reported on Twitter about March, some reputable doctors said it would take 18 months to get a vaccine. I note that there are a lot of false positives reported, and that this is somewhat related. The SARS-2 COVID, I call it, is somewhat related to common cold. Um, there's a lot of different kind of literature that people who had an immunity will lose it later. Uh, there's a lot of people talk out both sides of their mouth. As a scientist, I can look at the data, and when the numbers are given wrong, when they say someone died in a motorcycle accident, but then said, well, he was exposed to COVID, and so the hospital gets 10 or 30K extra. Of course, the hospital wants to make more money. But these inoculations, and then they haven't had quarantines of healthy people in known history. And then they say, well, the mask will work, but then the mask will work. But then you can go to uh, places, but you have to have a mask. But then you can go to, Fauci would not say you could not go to violent or not violent protests and wear them or not wear them. I think people have to look, decide what's actually going on for themselves. And I'm having minor setbacks, but nothing major really. Getting through the 6 weeks of the hardest part of the summer was important. And I think I'm going to stop this, it's only 3 minutes, and put it up. And I'll continue on Twitter at a reduced rate of controversial matters. So be careful.